All right, we're back. Circling Back podcast coming to you live, Austin, Texas, Wash Media headquarters. My name's Will DeFreeze. To my left, David Ruff.
It's actually Chadwick. I'm Chadwick, right?
I wanted to be Chadwick.
I don't know who's Chadwick.
What's the other one? Like, well, there's Will.
That's
Chadwick.
I'm gonna take Will. You want to be Will? You can take Will. Can you do the ad reads today? I can barely fucking function.
Randy's gonna pull it up.
He's in a
Drew McClellan.
New York state of mind right here. This one.
I'll be Drew McClellan.
Drew McClellan.
You're Chadwick
Hey, man.
Martin.
Go ahead.
Hey man, I'm Drew McClellan.
Okay.
That's all I got. I don't know.
He's known for his dynamic energy and relatable anecdotes. He
Hey,
brings
guys.
a lively vibe to the discussions.
Yeah.
Explain. What are we talking about?
Someone asked, I think, ChatGPT.
Chat BB what?
Chat BBC?
Hey, New York was fun. ChatGPT to rank the Circling Back hosts, and they only got one host correct, which was Will DeFreeze.
That's pretty big for you.
Rank number one though.
Thank you for having
You've
me.
got good
I'm glad I beat
SEO.
the people who don't exist. That feels good.
Yes.
What is what do you call that? Like, I mean, like SEO, but like when AI, like you've got good AI favorability.
I don't know. AI likes Will.
You're optimized
Well,
for AI.
before I even worked worked at Grand X or anything, I created a website that was just willdefreeze.com, and I put like my personal info on it, just so that if someone Googled me, they would at least maybe see that first and not see something like weird, like see a bunch of Facebook albums that have like 60 photos of them in them of me just getting hammered. I was like, no, I need to lean into this SEO thing. I think it worked. I got hired somewhere, so.
Why do you think of stuff like that?
Because I think it's anxiety.
Okay.
I think it's overthinking things like that.
You've been leveraging AI tools.
I don't leverage AI as much as some people in this office.
That's a good point.
I do ask it questions sometimes, but I've learned you have to trust but verify.
Oh, yeah.
Chadwick.
Definitely need to verify. I made someone do about 8 hours worth of work based on something I looked up on ChatGPT, and that really made me realize, like, oh yeah, probably shouldn't do that anymore.
Oh, no.
It was wrong.
It was wrong. Yeah. Dylan Shivery.
Man, I had an elite sleep last night. I'm talking like top tier, top 50 sleeps of my life last night. I fell asleep before 10 o'clock. For me, that does not happen.
More than 30 minutes.
Slept through the entire night. Got up, took the little man to school. It was a great night of sleep. I'm ready to go despite a really exhausting but awesome weekend in New York City.
You didn't stay up for the end of the Cowboy game?
I couldn't. I wanted to.
Damn it.
I couldn't.
We have a sports show we have to do in hours.
Dave, my body was like, player, you can't.
I can fill him in on what happened.
I mean, they didn't win.
They lost, Dylan.
I caught up on that part. Yeah.
Yeah, I missed an 8:46 p.m. text from Dave Ruff because your boy was snoozing.
Yeah.
Shout out to New York, though.
Fuck yeah.
I know they say it's a city that never sleeps. Apparently, you just have to catch up on when you get home.
That's right.
I can verify that it does not sleep based on the activity around the hotel. More on that later.
Dude, yeah, we had conversations about that too.
I got a DM from a backer yesterday, and it just said, "Hey, dude, did you see any sick fire trucks in New York?" I was like, "Why is that the question you're asking me?"
What?
But yes, I did. It was kind of cool. When Bear and I did the Nordstrom event in New York, the room that they put us in to get ready for the event overlooked a fire station. And so we got to see like how they were going in and out, and it was actually really cool. I was pretty mesmerized by it. I wish my son could have been there because you know he loves himself a fire truck.
You should come by. I got two Firehouse subs. Two, one over on Broadway, the other over on Bleecker Street. Two of them.
Look at Dave. Dave just knows the streets.
Yeah, I'm from there. Where was that fucker from?
Chicago.
That's right.
Every old dude in Vegas I've learned is from Chicago. They all have Chicago accents. Randy, I could see Randy moving to Vegas in his old age.
I don't know.
It's got the climate for you.
Yeah, I guess it's okay, but I don't want to go there, bud.
You might dabble in street magic.
I did a card trick at the bar at the meetup. We'll get into it. Actually, not really, but yeah.
What a tease.
You're not going to huddle us around for the card trick? I didn't see this card trick.
It was spur of the moment.
Who had a deck of cards?
Grace, who was
Okay.
also at the Chicago meetup. Shout out to Grace.
She brought a deck of cards.
Yeah, she was doing her own tricks and her own
Oh.
jokes.
Something about me
You're
when I'm
right.
buzzed up on some Guinness, I will watch some card tricks if offered.
How do they do that?
My dream is just having David Blaine walk into a place and just start doing street magic to
Dude,
everybody.
that's everyone's
It
dream.
would be.
Or-
It would just be the sickest.
yeah, or at least it should be.
I don't really want him to walk into the place I'm at. I want to go out on the street and do it.
Well,
it's
what
more
if he
authentic.
levitates into the?
You want to see a card appear on the window, just sitting there?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even care if he levitates. I just want the card tricks, dude. I want him to eat a card and then spit it out into his hand.
Yeah, but
Then-
if he did levitate, it'd add a little something. You have to admit.
And then it's a frog, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I think my Vine had been deleted, so it's no longer on Twitter. It was one of those tweets where somebody would like it like years later, and I'm like, oh, I forgot that I had a tweet about him having frogs coming out of his mouth in front of Drake and Steph Curry.
Oh,
An all-time video.
It's incredible.
They couldn't
I
figure it
thought
out.
Vine was coming back.
Nah,
Oh yeah, what happened to that?
Yeah, Vine too.
TikTok was like, nah, we got this now, player. You just sit this one
yeah.
out.
Can we just acquire you?
China.
We'll acquire you right now for way too much money just to make sure. Vine, in hindsight's too short.
Was it 8 seconds?
6.
6.
Seconds?
I'm impressed with the people that could do it. But that's what advertisers want these days, 6-second videos.
Brain rot. It's affected millions.
Skibbity toilet, David.
There you go.
Hawk Tua, spit on that thing, if you will.
Talk to
You know, we got a lot to talk about in New York, so I think we dive right in.
Let's dive.
Before we do, tomorrow, spooky season finale. We'll all be dressed up. It's going to be an absolute movie, a Pellicula, for those of you who watch Pelliculas. Listener voicemails on Thursday, 888-618-4422. Get in, get out, be tactical. As always, go subscribe on both Substack, wash.substack.com for weekly newsletter. And if you want to watch these videos instead of listening to us, it's much more reliable on YouTube these days anyway. Shout out to Megaphone, our host site that stinks, baby.
Mm-hmm.
They're on a wellness week over at Spotify, so it's probably going to be an all-time rough week uploading stuff. So go subscribe on youtube.com/circling back. Randy's always got that right on time.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's get into it.
Bro, let's go out this weekend. There's a crazy event happening.
I like to turn up.
Bro, there's a crazy event happening.
Let's just go have fun and let go of it.
In Woodrow's, let's go.
Recapping New York in fun, presented by our friends over at Early Bird CBD. If you're not familiar with Early Bird, welcome, new listener. Early Bird gummies are a recreational hemp product that contain around 2.5 milligrams of natural THC and around 12.5 milligrams of CBD in each gummy. These are formulated for fun and to make you feel good. I don't care if you're sitting there and you're like, I don't want to get high. I'm not saying you do. You might just want a cool buzz before you get in bed. You might want to have a little cool buzz before you're heading out on the town.
I took exactly one early bird right before the flight back home from New York. I get a little post-trip anxiety right before the flight. Don't like it. It's happened to me many times in the past, but early bird has really helped the situation. Just melted into my seat when I sat down on my plane.
I would have, had someone been on the plane and been selling one single early bird CBD yesterday, I would have paid a disgusting amount for one of them.
Oh,
I
man.
should have come strapped with that.
I am approached from time to time about my early bird t-shirt. It's my favorite shirt. Guy at the gym asked me the other day, he's like, you work for them? I see you working out in that shirt a lot. I was like, no, but they're like, long story. We've worked with them forever. Day one sponsors, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I love the product.
Mhm.
I was like, dude,
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
it's a great product.
It's great.
Mm-hmm. Those who love it always rebuy. Please go get you some. Right now, we got a new code, and I'm pointing out the new code because if you've used our old code, this means you can go back and double dip and get some more.
Holy shit.
So to get 20% off your first order, use promo code CB20 at earlybirdcbd.com. Again, if you've purchased before, these codes are brand new, so go out, load up the cart, get one of each flavor, get two of each flavor. I don't care. Get three of each flavor. Just go load it up because you're getting 20% off of everything right now. Dylan, did you have fun in New York City?
I had a great time. Expectations were high and they were exceeded. Just loved every second of it. Let's not make this about me. Let's get everyone involved in this
Okay.
conversation. Obviously,
Okay.
we all had pretty much the same weekend.
No, I mean, I only saw Randy and Brett at the meetup.
It's true. And I'll have like a minute.
I know. I was like, I barely spoke to Brett on this trip.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Friday kicked off the whole situation by just walking the streets a little bit. We stayed in Murray Hill, and we went. We had Chelsea and I hit the gym saloon 2 nights. First night
I
we
thought you
went
were
to
going to say the
saloon.
gym. I was like, what?
The
I
gym
thought just
saloon.
Randy did that.
Yeah, we saw that pic. Cool.
Randy went like, that was a nitro P flare.
Yeah, that's
No,
bold.
that
Pete.
wasn't a P flare.
You had the
really?
guns out.
Everyone kept on
Really? Your
calling it-
vacation
it-
workout
it
where you're
wasn't a
looking
P
absolutely
flare.
diced up?
You had
It's
the
just-
guns out.
It's just a standard thirst trap. The P flare was me jumping out of the thing. That's hey, I'm in Chicago.
gotta
I'm
say,
in New York. That's a different, yes,
People
completely different things, guys.
Going on
Get your stuff.
vacation and like on a fun trip, and then just letting people know that you're still in the gym. Come
Yeah.
on, man.
It's just a thirst trap.
Yeah, last time I saw someone do that, it was Hannah G from an exercise bike. Randy and Hannah G. You would like that
if
match
I-
made in
if-
heaven.
Randy, you
Jeez,
should have done one from
quite
the Bruno
beautiful.
bike.
Yeah, weren't you bummed that the city bikes weren't Bruno coated?
Yeah, I was.
Bruno coded. The city of New York will never cease to just overwhelm me. It's
Yeah.
just so much city. It's just so the streets are so chaotic at all times.
How do these people put up with it at
Dude,
all times?
I don't know. It was funny because the first night we stayed there, between the hours of like 4 and 6 a.m., we were woken up several times by an ambulance, people shouting on the street. Honking is like a form of communication, I think, between the cars on the street. The honking is crazy. And so it was just a great New York experience, just being woken up just by the street noise. Which
You were
was
saying you were
really
amazed by
fun.
all the big honkers in New
The
York.
big honkers. That's right. What a wonderful city. I couldn't live there,
Nah.
but visiting is a lot of fun.
There was a period in my life where every time I visited New York, which was not very many times, but like in my late 20s, early 30s, I'd like tell Sally, like, we got to live there at some point. We have to.
Yeah.
Like, it's so awesome. I love it. And like this trip, the second we touched down, I was like, yeah, I think having 2 kids has changed my grind mentality when it comes to living places. And I don't think I could handle it.
Yeah.
I'm not built for it.
Doesn't make sense for 2 kids.
I mean, I think if you live in New York and you're a New Yorker and you have 2 kids, it's different. But like to the idea of like you or me moving there with 2 like young kids is just like, nah.
Must be interesting growing up in that city. Just a totally different experience than what I'm used to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The highlight was probably Central Park. Well, aside from the meetup, Central Park was great. Weather was flawless. It was 60s and sunny and just perfect. The leaves were changing. The walk in Central Park was worth the trip on its own.
Did you find us in Central Park or did we stumble upon you in Central
We
Park?
found you in Central Park. So Will and I track each other's locations. So I knew that you were in Central Park, and I was just, all right, they're coming down from like the big reservoir area. And
Okay.
we were walking up, and I knew we were going to cross paths, and you guys kind of deviated from the path you're on. I was like, oh shit, they're going this way.
Okay.
So we started walking that way, and then Chelsea spotted you guys, and we shouted you
Because
down.
we immediately, Sal and I showed up to Central Park, immediately saw Dave and Alyssa
Really?
without being like,
I
hey,
figured
we're
y'all
here.
arrived together.
No. And so that was weird. And then I saw you and I was like, see, this is another situation where I feel like I'm in a simulation and they're just making it easy on me because they know that I'm not going to be able to figure out where to find anybody right
I
now.
tracked your ass down.
Thank you.
That
For sure.
was you were like the first 2 people that we made eye contact with.
It was
when we
weird.
turned
And
in.
after last week at the Georgia game, seeing like my entire, like every in-law that I've ever had at the game, the second we arrived, I was just like,
Bro.
what is the world doing?
You're player 1.
Dude.
I wanted to get a coffee and walk the park, and that's exactly what I did, and it was perfect.
I didn't drink enough coffee in New York except for day 1 when I sat next to Joe Montana.
Oh,
The celeb spotting was on fire this week.
I thought you said Joe Montana.
Joe Montana.
I mean, yeah. I mean, what else? I mean, we get excellent bagels on Saturday morning.
I had 0 bagels,
Me too.
0 pieces of pizza.
Ooh.
How does that happen?
Because okay, so I think here's how it happened. I am not a big breakfast eater in general, and we kind of just had lunch plans most of the time or lunch ambitions. So it wasn't something I was seeking out, even though now it sounds fucking awesome, and I'm kicking myself for not doing it. On the pizza front, I just didn't prioritize pizza as much as I should have, And then on the last night after the meetup, we went to a restaurant. We ordered a bunch of appetizers because we were starving, and then we ordered a pizza. And the guy brought us our check before we had gotten the pizza, and everyone at the table besides me agreed, like, I'm pretty good. Like, I'm full. We already ate, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And suddenly I went pizza-less, played 0 cards.
I have a comment on the bagels. So we went to a place that it apparently is very well, thought of. It's Bagel and Schmear. Yeah, I was recommended, and the reviews were great.
I went
so
there
was like-
last time we were there.
So I was like, okay, and it was a really good bagel. I don't taste the New York difference though. The bagels across the way, I don't, if a blind taste test, I'm not sure I can tell you which is which.
No, but that food truck, they actually built a pipeline all the way from New York.
They are really good bagels over there.
To Austin, and they get the water fresh from New York every single time you have one.
I don't know if I'm fully on Dylan's side here, but I was way more impressed with the schmear than the bagel. Is kind of what I'm feeling. Like wasn't blown away by the bagel, but the schmear was really good.
See, you have balls for saying where you went, because now you're just going to get a bunch of DMs being like, "Well, you shouldn't have gone there. That's not the place to go to. You should have gone to this place instead."
It's where Brett. It's where Brett also went. The line was down the street.
Yeah. Okay.
Brett recommended, and 3 other backers in my DMs recommended bagels and schmear, and it was very popular.
This isn't me saying it wasn't good, because it was very good. I wanted to like, oh, that's a New York bagel, and I didn't have that experience.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I did get an
It's not like your pizza experience when you went to Italy for the first time and you were like, "Oh, I get this. I get why people ride now."
And it changed my life forever. Yeah, it wasn't like that.
I got the garlic and salt bagel as one of my 2. Don't get that. The whole bottom is just all salt, and I did not.
You
know
have a
that's what
problem
it
with
was.
salty foods.
It was like
No, you got to be careful
like
with
a pretzel, but
salt
like
bagels in
10
general. They'll
times.
oversalt.
Yeah,
Oversalt.
so- but it was still good. I really enjoyed it.
Saturday, took a couple subways over to the meatpacking district, I believe it's called, and met Dave and Brett for a beer and watched one half of college football. That was a cool area. Kind of wish I'd spent more time over
It
there.
was. They're a very different vibe over there.
Yeah, not as congested.
I like
keep
to
using that
see
word,
what
but-
so that demographic, it was probably the mid-20s to mid-30s like hangout area, or at least the bar we were at. And I like seeing that, because I'm like, what is the post-grad scene in a bar? Even though I'm 40, I'm interested. And that,
Well,
that
you're the
was
post grad problems guy.
and
you know?
I was recognized as such. They're like, D-Man.
Hold on,
Original
Are you
D-Man.
are you the guy that retired from raging?
Dude, I still read that shit, bro.
Dude, he retired from raging.
I did.
We had dinner in Little Italy on Friday night.
How tiny was it?
It was pretty small. It's funny. If you walk down the main street there, where all it's like just restaurant after restaurant, and the guys are out on the streets. They're holding menus, and they just recruit you. Like, we have the best it's house made pasta, and it's like I think they all do that, and it's funny, and they all pull up their phone and they show pictures of the food on their phone. All of them do the same thing. It's really funny.
I respect that.
So we talked to every single one of them before we settled
What'd you
on
get?
the restaurant.
Not the restaurant, but like what food did you get?
I got chicken parm
I knew you were gonna say chicken parm, dog.
because they said it was
I get it.
it was recommended to
I
me.
would.
And
I
it was
think.
good.
I think had I eaten at like a pure Italian restaurant, I would have gone chicken parm. Chicken parm.
Chelsea got
always
lobster ravioli, which was also really good.
hits. Damn.
Yeah.
Market price or nah?
No,
Good.
just standard price.
I get scared when I see market price on menus now. I'm like, I'm not even gonna risk that.
Yeah.
Not worth it.
Figured the subway system out. I was proud of myself on that one.
We can't be guys who are scared of the subway.
No.
That's just not a good look for us.
I heard
What-
you were scared of public transportation.
I'm not scared of public transportation.
Went the wrong direction exactly one time, but I got off on the next stop, and then we corrected it, and from then on out, we were good to go.
I felt good about myself because I had 2 different people ask me questions about the subway, being like, "Hey, does this go to blah blah blah?" And I'm like, "Dude, I'm not from here." But I was like, "Thank you for thinking I might be."
And then the meetup.
Who's your meetup MVP?
Ooh. That's tough. I mean, in-house, I'm going to say Randy just because of the fit. He did
Yeah.
Doug Demidel.
I get
it was
that.
Great.
Yeah.
And he had people sign his hat, which was a nice touch, I thought.
Which I kind of got the idea because like Grace brought the Wilmons poster and everyone signed it. We have it here. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to bring it. So I put it in my suitcase. I forgot to bring it in today. So we'll have like all the signatures from New York
Cool.
somewhere in the office too.
Sweet. I like that.
Got to give a nod to Carly for bringing the Metal Ranchos hat that she made.
That was a great surprise. Also, great selection on the blanks for those hats.
Yeah, that's what I
It's a
told
good
us.
hat.
These hats actually fit really well.
Yeah,
These are great hats.
I was pleased when I saw the hat selection.
the same blanks we use for out of office hats, by the way.
I felt like a dickhead though. The first hat I busted out of the box had like a smudge on it on the brim, and so I was like, "Hey, I got to put this back. I'm not taking the shittiest hat of all."
She's
These.
supposed to mail them to us.
They're sweet.
Hopefully
She
she
will.
follows through on
Should we
that,
do a
'cause I
charity
want-
auction for them?
Maybe.
Should we just steal? No. If we steal the design and print them ourselves, then we'll get in trouble.
Oh, the night before we had a drink at your hotel, which was a really, really cool spot. That hotel was badass.
It was cool.
Ran into Starlight from the boys.
See, it's one of those celebrity interactions that y'all recognized her because you watched that show, and I would have had no clue that this person was anybody. And then I
Also,
realized after how famous she was.
Her
and it was-
popularity is like peaking right now too because that show is so hot, and I guess the last season is upcoming.
Should we make a show called The Loots?
By the way,
I guess not.
I saw this comment on Reddit.
Could be done.
At some point, did you sing "Start Texting the Loots" to the tune of "New York, New York"?
Yeah, last week on the pod.
Okay, because someone made a reference to that. I was like, "That's hilarious," and I guess I just missed it when you did it. That's really funny.
I have done, I think, off mic, Bring Me the Loots
Okay,
when I want to hang with my absolute boys.
Texting the Loots.
Bring me the loots. Bring me the loots.
Luch is catching on.
I really enjoyed everyone we talked to.
Yes. It was a great meetup.
It was a great
I
group
had a
of
lot of fun in
backers.
Chicago. Something about the New York meetup felt great. Like I was more in my bag, enjoying myself because the Guinness was flowing. I think the city of Chicago just gives me general anxiety in life just because I used to just black out there and then drive home every weekend and it just sucked. And
Yeah.
it just felt good to be at a place that Brett loves.
Friends of the pod who were there: Blakey Locks, Lucas, Crimson was there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Who else? Oh, Alfonso.
They're
was
all
there.
friends to me.
Well, same.
It was great. Yeah, I at the end of the night, after having I think my 7th Guinness, I decided to just start talking to Alfonso exclusively, who designed the logo for Circling Back and did a bunch of branding for Scaries. And I was like, "You're with me the rest of the time here.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you."
I introduced him to Chelsea. I was like, "This dude is super talented. Talk to him."
And he might be my MVP because he showed up 3 weeks after having a kid, tried to leave numerous times, and just ended up staying. And I was like, "Oh man,
Dude, he's-
you're built different than me."
Could not leave the game. And to the people like asking, like, are you guys hiring Casey Smith? Like, we can't confirm.
We
nor
saw her at the
deny.
meetup.
We cannot confirm.
She was
nor
very
deny.
nice. Glad she came through.
Arlington's own.
And during the A&M game too, which was big.
Dave and I matched that
good game.
iconic burger button. We went to JG Mellon, a
Oh,
recommendation
I'm
from
glad
a
you
lot of
brought that
people,
up.
and it was extremely worth it.
Dude,
I
I was thinking about that burger all night.
I would have crushed one of those last night.
Good, huh?
It was a really good burger. The vibe of the place was on point. Dave is an absolute unhinged wild boy. He had 2 Amstel lights during the meal.
Yeah.
Most people
I
don't
did.
have one. Most people don't have the guts to have one Amstel.
That's a good beer. I forget
Well,
about it all the
I
time.
honestly, had we not had something, or y'all, I think we were kind of looking to get out of there. I was about to order another burger
Oh, I probably could have eaten another burger.
because they weren't tiny, but they were, when you go to a place, it's like they're known for their burger that's recommended. You expect you're going to leave there like just very full, like, oh, I ate a burger and I feel terrible. It wasn't like that at all. It's a very minimalist burger, which I really like when people don't do too much. So I shout out to that burger.
You know it's a good burger when you got a shower after it
Oh, yeah.
because you just stank like that burger.
Well, then we immediately got packed into that Subway, and we just all stunk like onions.
I think it helped though. It created a little space for us.
The little space there was, yeah, we found it. That was at one point, Will was just like kept getting further and further back.
I had to, dude. I can't be the guy in the subway without something to hold on to if I'm standing up. And I was like, I don't think I can get closer to them and grab onto a rail, so I'm just gonna slide to the back of the car here and call it a day. There was a point where I was like, they could get off this train, and I'm just still sitting here for like an hour.
Dylan, do you need any more time
No.
to give any shout outs or anything? 'Cause I got a
I
few.
don't think so.
I want to say, first of all, saw 0 rats in New York City.
The czar did its job.
I did not see a single rat.
I saw one dead one.
You saw a dead rat?
It was like roadkill, but other than
That's
that,
the
yeah,
only
you're
kind I
right.
know. So only kind I know. Yes, I will say I slept very poorly in New York City only because of it. There's a reason they give you earplugs in the hotel. And I did not even try to use them because I know me, it would bother me. They would fall out of my ear. It just sounded like that there was recycling trucks and like at all times throughout the night, just going around picking up stuff. And yeah, the sirens and you know, the final Halloween Saturday night, 4 a.m. Sunday morning, just dudes leaving the bars, just fucking screaming like they had the time of their lives. I was like, yeah,
I wonder
Dave,
I get it.
Dave, I heard those exact same dudes. It had to have been the same because I was up.
Yeah.
I was up at 4:15 for my alarm was set for 4:45 to make the early flight, and when I woke up to them hooting and hollering, I was like, these people are having the time of their fucking lives, and I'm just gonna stay up at this point.
I wonder if white noise machines are big players if you live in
See,
New York.
I
City.
Has
think
to be.
I live on. You guys know I live on a relatively busy street, and car headlights pretty much shine into our place at all times because we don't have blackout curtains. I think I'm a little more used to the noise at this point. I used to have like a white noise machine, blackout curtains. Like I even got to the point where I would get annoyed if Sally had her phone brightness up too much because I'd be like, it needs to be darker in here. Now I'm like, now I'm in New York, you know.
So we get in Thursday. Alyssa and I do dinner at the hotel, and we're sitting there at the lounge, and Alyssa's like staring at this guy who walks through. This like really handsome guy. She's like, I know that guy from somewhere. And I'm like, okay, whatever. You're just staring at the hot guy. And you're just saying that because I busted you. He's wearing cool New York clothes. Just really wide leg jeans, cool Nikes, a black jacket, with like an English town across the back, whatever. We go to dinner. I see the guy get seated behind us. So I'm kind of eavesdropping. Alyssa's like, oh my God, that's Kristen Cole. That's Fabian Frankel from House of the Dragon. One of the most hated men in the world when that show's on. Like had to like turn off comments on his Instagram because people just like talk shit to him on there as if he's the character.
Come on.
And I'm like, still not sure. And then I'm like, oh, okay. Listening to him, he's got the English accent. It's definitely him. He's in New York for Comic-Con or something.
Oh, okay.
So that was our first sighting. And I got to say, not as tall as I thought he'd be. He's like maybe 5'10"-ish. Not that that's short.
Actors famously not that tall.
He just looks taller and leaner on the show. But no one bothered him. Like no one even we sat outside on the street in one of the the little boxed off things, the street seating,
penalty boxes that they
penalty
have out there?
boxes. Yeah, no one really like even batted an eye, which surprised me because I'm like,
It's New York, bro.
this is a killer sighting.
That's
Like,
what we do.
This dude is like, it's not like Leonardo DiCaprio, but like for our demographic, he's up there. So that was cool.
Hey man, in New York, everybody's somebody.
Oh, bro, that's the thing about it. You could see anything.
I love it.
You could see anything.
my
Dylan.
city.
See anything.
Had a drink, ran into you guys for a few minutes.
Mhm.
I had a digestif, a Montenegro,
Oh,
and then we were in bed. We're like, we should go to bed. We got a big weekend, and we did. And then Friday was delightful. A lot of walking, a lot of being a little bit nervous about the subway because we'd never done it. But once we figured out, I think y'all said just get on the 6 and go. We're like, okay, we got on there.
dude,
and
being
it's
able to
very
tap
easy.
your phone is such an upgrade from having to get a Metro card like you used to have to do.
That was nice.
That was my least favorite part. I was like, I don't know how to load this Metro card because I don't want to put too much money on it. And I also don't want to be the dumbass who's like putting it through and not being able to. I was just like,
Probably much
now
more-
that you can tap your phone, it's like the best.
probably much more expensive to do it that way, but since we were there for just a couple of days, it wasn't
Fuck
a big
it.
deal.
Don't care.
Central Park was so much more than I gave it credit for. Going in, I knew it was going to be nice, and it's pretty much your only place to touch grass in town.
Yeah,
But dude, Central Park's
it's awesome.
That's
It's my
cool.
favorite. It's my favorite like daytime activity in New York. Just
Yeah.
walking through and
it was worth it, man.
enjoying.
I would do that 5 times a week if I lived in New York City. I feel like you'd have to, right?
Absolutely.
You'd say you do that, and then like you'd live there a month and like not go there more
That's
than like
a great
once,
point.
once a year.
We did Washington Square.
It's like how I thought I was going to eat barbecue every day that I came to in Austin.
Yeah.
Was it Washington Square? Is that the one?
Washington Square Park, yeah. I'm pissed we missed the Timothy Chalamet lookalike contest there yesterday.
Yeah, I did see we missed that. That was dope. He showed up. That's fun. Great little jazz trio going hard there. Seemed very cool. I was worried about just walking around New York, and one thing I noticed, I had it in my mind that everybody's walking super fast and like, oh, I gotta get here, and didn't have that experience at all. It was not as aggressive as I thought. Maybe it was just where we were, but it did not seem like overly aggressive, and I was never overwhelmed except for the subway when we were smashed in there.
I've ridden the subway enough times to know that was just like a miserable experience. It wasn't just us being Austin guys going in the subway. It was just like, yeah, this sucks.
We did dinner Friday night at Il Buco, a little Italian spot near the hotel.
Do you like it?
I did.
Okay.
I had a steak, and it was a skirt steak, which I was like, that's an interesting.
How do you even
cut.
make one out of a skirt?
It makes no sense, right? Fashion capital of the world, though.
True.
You can even eat their fashion.
Was it even Fashion Week?
Very good. And we had good service there. Afterward, we met up. Y'all mentioned it at the hotel bar. And yeah, that's where we saw Aaron Moriarty, better known as Starlight. I knew Dylan saw somebody. Dylan kind of rocked back and forth. It's like, oh, that's up.
I didn't know her name.
I didn't either.
I was like, the boys. And y'all immediately is like, oh, Starlight.
Yeah. So we kind of contemplated like, all right.
I'm glad you did because I wanted to and I kind of chickened out.
So I've learned since that she stays there quite a bit when she's in town. And somebody else went and like sat down and was talking to her. And do you remember the guy?
Oh yeah.
Even like had her FaceTime his friend, which seemed like a little much. I don't know if he like previously knew her or something, but it was a little weird. But she seemed cool. And honestly, the way she was acting, it was like, I don't think she's going to get upset if I ask for a pic. So
he also had me in his ear the entire time being like, do it, dude.
She got a
Come
gram
on.
off while she was sitting there.
That obviously showed she was at that hotel.
Yes.
So I think she's one of the, and there's nothing wrong with this. I think she doesn't mind the attention.
Well, she hasn't been super famous for that long, so she might still enjoy it at this point.
Did she take a photo of y'all with her phone that you had to retrieve later?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's good. I would highly recommend not doing that.
I walked over there and Alyssa and Sally were in full view and Will was right there. And I just was like, I'm doing it. And as soon as I got up, the peanut gallery started. Oh no.
No,
I'm like, okay.
I
y'all,
immediately I can't watch those situations very much because I'm scared that something's going to go south.
I get it.
And so I just simply repositioned, had my back to them, and watched the reaction of Alyssa and Sally the entire time.
Which I gotta say, I went over and I said, and they both smiled at me. You know, they probably thought I was asking for a number or something, but no, I wasn't doing that. I was just like, I was like, this is lame, but we're big fans. Can I get a pic? And she's like, yeah, of course. I was like, do you mind if I sit down? She's like, yeah. So I sat down.
That's a good, yeah.
I didn't want to like do the stand.
Like disarming. It's
well, it was also one of those scenarios where like there wasn't a good way to get a pic if it wasn't a selfie.
And I didn't want her to stand up because
Yeah.
then it brings attention. And I also wasn't going to put my arm around her. Don't touch the talent is what I've always said.
Sure.
And yeah, I got a pic and I was just like, y'all are the best. I was like, thank y'all so much. Her friend I didn't recognize. I think it was like her hairdresser based on some link or Instagram creeping I did.
Okay.
I wanted to see what if she reshared it. Like that would have been a terrible move. But yeah, she was very nice. And I walked back over and that was that. Got a photo. And then our only other y'all saw somebody we were walking in the meetup. Riding.
Oh yeah, no, I had a couple. We had a breakfast at Balthazar with a guy I've done work with in the past, and when we stood up from breakfast, he immediately looked at me and said, "Will, I need to know who the celebrity you were sitting next to was." And I was like, "I did not know I was sitting next to a celebrity. Like, had no clue." Apparently, people had been going up to him and asking for autographs the entire time, and so that's how he and Sally recognized. And I stood up, turned around, saw his face, and like I immediately knew the face, but it took me 15 seconds before I put it all together and realized it was Joe Montana. He ate 12 oysters for breakfast, 9 a.m. breakfast, 12 oysters. He ate them simply with a fork, just forked it and put it in his mouth, which is, not usually how you do that.
That's a diabolical move all around.
Yeah. And I'm glad I didn't know he was, I could have flared my elbow out and hit him. That's how close we were, which is also why I didn't look at him. And then we went and had drinks with Sally's college friend the next day and had our biggest celeb sighting of the weekend, which was Mayhem from Allstate.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
And
himself.
then the final one that Sally and I had was the guy from High Maintenance on HBO.
That's the guy.
If you guys have ever seen that show, it all revolves around this drug dealer in New York City, and he's just got he's like a balding dude that kind of has like longer hair on the sides and a beard. And he walked by, and Sally and I watched enough of that show that I trusted Sally when she said that she was positive it was him. And yeah, shout out to Mayhem though.
That's a good one.
None of the celeb sightings we saw were people acting like dickheads, and that's always refreshing.
Yeah.
But I feel like such a classic non-New Yorker when I'm in New York and like looking for celebrities and stuff. And when you see one, it's like, nah, I got to be cool.
I told Alyssa that like when we saw Kristen Cole, I was like, don't. We don't want to be those people. Don't we want to be those people? And I'm like texting Barrett because I knew Barrett would go crazy, and he's like, dude, get a pic. He's like, oh my god, yeah, Barrett. That's. I was like, if you could see what he's wearing right now, you would love it because he was so New Yorked out. And then I had what was probably the best slice of pizza I've had in years. Highly recommended. Some are calling it Lucia. I was calling it Lucia. Either way, Lucia. Highly recommend. We went to the one in Soho, not the one in Brooklyn. But that place was good. It was good, man. I even walked over afterward. It's like a tiny little place, no tables. And I was like, dude, what's y'all's best seller? And they said like the vodka pizza. I was like, okay. And I was like, bro, I had the pepperoni. It was gas. I told him it was gas. He's like, thanks, bro. Really appreciate it.
I had someone else say you got to go to the place that Dave went to at the meetup. They're like, that's the best pizza in town.
There's like 5 people that said different places were the best pizza. You know, it's pizza, and it was fucking delightful.
By the way, all the recommendations that started pouring in once we got there, places to go grab food or a drink. Yeah. Thank you for all of them, but I would have to be there for 6 months to hit all the places that are recommended. It's
overwhelming.
So I just started to ignore them.
It's overwhelming.
What's the breakfast place that I told you that you went with Barrett? Something Frida.
Oh, Jack's wife Frida.
Jack's wife Frida. I had a Mediterranean omelet, which I think is like it had like a Lebanese yogurt on it, and the inside was like olives and spinach and stuff. It was fucking good. Really good.
In like the I think like what do you call them? 20 teens? Like 2015, 16, 17, 18. I think that was just like a hot spot to get brunch, and now it's fallen off from the popularity aspect of it.
Easy to get in.
I've eaten there like twice, and both times I'm like, that was an incredible meal. I really enjoyed this.
Alyssa had a waffle. It was really great. Look,
better than being awful.
Needed a couple other days. I wanted to hit BX. I was trying to get in the building, just didn't make it. BX wasn't in the building for a minute there. There's some other stuff I would like to do. So I will be back. All in all, delightful. Got to see like a side street that had like a line of cars that were just stopped, and no one knew why they were stopped, and people were getting out and looking up and honking. And I was like, yep, this is why I couldn't do it. Mm-hmm. This is just like in the movies. People like walking up, just leaving their car and stuff. I was like, this is a nightmare. This is what I pictured New York City to be.
Yeah, that's stressful.
The meetup was a blast too.
So much fun. Thank you to everyone who came out. Like the meetup was great. It's fun seeing familiar faces. It's fun meeting the new faces. To anyone who dressed up and went above and beyond, major props to you. I'm sorry that more of us didn't dress up.
Yes.
Dylan did wear his cowboy hat though.
Thank you so much for showing up.
Gardner Snake Dave.
Was it annoying to tired travel with your cowboy hat more than it was traveling there?
Traveling with a cowboy hat is not fun.
Yeah,
especially when
I don't know why you do it.
I had a window seat on the way back, and I just had nowhere to put it because I couldn't. There's just no room anywhere.
Yeah, you looked miserable, especially when half the plane stood up when it landed, and you were just like trying to figure out a way how you.
I know y'all had clappers on the way there. We had clappers on the way home.
No.
Serious?
Yeah, I was like, "What the hell, dude?
Why are we still doing that?
We're not doing that. No one's doing that. Stop."
Shout out Delta. That was a great flight.
Delta is the GOAT right now.
A good flight.
I'm real in on Delta.
Going to give a shout out to one person at the meetup. The guy who came with his friends and said, I don't listen, but meeting all you guys, you're great. I'm going to start listening. So hopefully you're listening, and shout out to
we
you.
appreciate you. Glad we could earn your business, my man.
That sounds great. And the guy who brought me water, he goes, Dave, you said on a long time ago on a show that no one ever brings you water at these things. And he did.
Dude, honestly, I wish that would have happened to me. I wish that would have happened to me. If somebody would have brought me a big ice water with a lemon in there, I would have chugged that thing on the spot.
Did you meet the guy? Was it Guy Fieri who had flown in from San Diego?
San Diego.
I know like he wasn't there just for the meetup, but I was just like, damn, dude.
Real ones. Anyone who flew in, you're also an MVP.
He came up to me and I hope I'm not putting him up Front Street here. So anyway, he was like, I think I just met my future wife.
Fuck yeah.
She's a backer. I was like, love it. He goes, if it works out, you guys are gonna come to the wedding.
I want a backer love story.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Very nice guy.
Hey, Big Tex, can you do me a favor?
We have a new sponsor. It's a new sponsor alert.
The world's constantly changing. If you have a growing e-commerce business, you can relate. Whether you're looking for better efficiency during a hectic holiday season or your business has outgrown your old shipping solutions, you need ShipStation to help you scale your business. We've evolved. We're a changing business. I got some news for you guys. I'm throwing the copy out the window right now. I've been using ShipStation for a while now on the low. I didn't even know they were coming on as a sponsor until Brett had a little discussion with us this morning. If you've ever received a Sunday Scaries product in the mail, it's very likely that was shipped using ShipStation. My wife helps me with fulfillment all the time. She usually is the one printing the labels, doing all that stuff. And after going through a bunch of different solutions, she decided that for her, ShipStation was the move. And we still use it to this day. We've been using it for years now. It's just super easy to automate everything. If you're doing batch shipments, you can print a bunch of labels all at once. You can manage all your orders in one simple dashboard. It's just really great. I wouldn't be saying this if we didn't ride for it. I get every time I fire up my laptop, ShipStation pops up, and I'm like, let's go. Wish I had more to ship. But there's a ton of different use cases for it. You can effortlessly scale your business with smart features and automations that boost efficiency while bringing costs down. It's the fastest, most affordable way to ship products to your customers with discounts up to 89% off UPS, DHL Express, and USPS. And you can seamlessly integrate with services and selling channels you already use, like maybe a different sponsor of ours that maybe is coming to mind for you right now that I'm not sure I'm allowed to say in this ad read.
Oh.
But it works. It works, baby. Over 130,000 companies have grown their e-commerce business with ShipStation, and 98% of those companies that stick with ShipStation for a year become customers for life. Scale your e-commerce business with shipping software that delivers. Switch to ShipStation today. Go to ShipStation.com. Use code STEAM to sign up for your free 60-day trial. That's ShipStation.com/STEAM. When's the last time you guys took a college class? College? I
was in college, yeah.
Yeah.
You're currently in college.
Yeah, I mean, do people want to talk about me going to Stanford? I don't know. Like, you know how I am. Like, I'm pretty humble about going to Stanford.
Are you going to go walk?
Rest in peace, Phil Lesh. I'm a little bummed we have a class on Halloween night this week because I want to be present for it, but I'm going to have to watch it on demand because I'm going to take my absolute boys trick-or-treating.
I think you're making the right decision.
Yeah. But if you're gonna take a Grateful Dead class about the history of the Grateful Dead, and one of the members passes in between classes, you got to think that next class is just going to hit so diffy.
Yeah, that's a good point. When are you gonna I guess when you you can update in your resume and like your LinkedIn. You're GD certified.
It was cool seeing them light up the Empire State Building for Phil Lesh. We were walking to dinner and I was like, "Oh, this timing is great." And they lit it up all tie-dye for him. My photos of it suck, baby.
So I don't think I've ever fallen asleep in class.
Oh,
ever?
What? Really?
I'd never. It's the fear of being embarrassed is enough to get me through.
You ever do one of those?
I've had the plane style head bob doze.
Yeah,
I was doing
The
those.
Randy
Just like
goes.
snap back to it.
Yeah,
I
I
went
got
to sleep
video.
in one class that was like a huge lecture, and I was so tired. I worked at 8 a.m. every day, and so I was so tired in my class that I just sat in the back and like just straight up went to sleep. Took that opportunity.
So
I'm impressed you never slept in class during like pledging or anything.
honestly, it's the anxiety that
I
gets
get
me
it.
through.
I get it.
But I did have one class, a poli sci class, where the dude next to me, he's Cap Sig. They had some cool dudes. Shout out Harbs. He fell asleep a couple times, and then the second time, as soon as class ended, Dr. Leader, shout out Dr. Leader, walked over, and this is with the people still in the class, and just got in his face and just told him he was goddamn rude. He goes, if you're tired, you stay your ass at home.
Oh my
And
god!
I was like,
Dude,
whoa,
Imagine
dude.
sending your professor an email being like, "Hey, I'm tired. My ass is staying at home."
He was like a 75-year-old man too from Brooklyn.
That's enough for
Shout
me
out
to never
Dr.
fall
Leader.
asleep in that guy's class. Yikes.
This has hit the TL a couple times, and this is a little bit Randy coded. I thought it was a fun one to play. It's a professor seemingly in a college course. It seems to be a big classroom, and this is how he wakes up sleeping students. He's doing a lot.
Jesus cannot be looked down on like. 'Cause tonight will be the night that I will fall for you again. I'll really change my mind.
Right in his face.
And he just goes back.
Structure
Oh, he's got
and
another one.
syntax are, of course, very important when making a compelling
argument.
Do you have that time to listen to me whine? About nothing and everything all at once.
This guy rocks.
Dude.
I will love this
So
class.
when you're writing an essay, don't forget to introduction.
Oh, he's got another one.
Oh, Dave, he doesn't quit, dude.
Reading comprehension at all levels.
Climbing over seats.
Oh, he's got a bullhorn.
Don't waste your time on me. You're already the voice inside my head.
Did the guy hold his nose for him
Oh my god, dude.
so he could do the whiny voice?
So that's his bit.
That's when you know that you have the students on your side if they're holding your nose to get whinier.
Dude,
I don't like that they portray this as emo. These aren't emo
No.
songs. These aren't emo.
First one, maybe. What's the first one?
The first one is "Fall for You" by Secondhand Serenade. That's kind of emo.
Okay, I was gonna say
mean,
that's one I
Isn't
didn't
that
know.
the song used for all those?
the memes.
Yeah, the memes. Thank
But
you.
I would say "Miss You" is definitely the most emo of Blink's like songs.
Yeah, but it's still not emo.
If you were in this class and you're like, and you see him start creeping up those stairs,
Oh.
and you just know, you're like, oh fuck,
everyone knows.
you
yeah.
know, there's a good chance this is gonna hit, and this is the way to do it. I love this dude. I don't know anything about this class.
It's great.
It's so good.
This would make me like a professor so much more than anything.
Yeah.
Like it just being like, okay, this guy has a bit. It's a good bit. I would be excited if I saw someone do like the head fall.
Yeah.
This also makes me realize how many professors just know that you're sleeping in class. How do you fall asleep at all after one time of seeing that?
I want to know if those are from the same day
He was wearing the same outfit.
because
Does this guy suck
the
outside
second
of this?
the second two people. How do you fall asleep knowing what happened to the first person who fell asleep?
You don't want the bullhorn broken out on you when you're fucking falling asleep in class.
This guy's badass.
I would, if I was a professor and I saw people falling asleep, it would probably bother me. I think it would. I'd be like, I don't know if I don't know if I would embarrass them. I would probably say something after class, but I that would bum me out if people were falling asleep in my shit.
I once had a teacher fall asleep while teaching the class.
That's sick.
He was standing at the podium and he started dozing off himself. And I was just like, this should be a red flag for a million different reasons right now. It was a high school teacher though, not like a tenured professor at a nice, I'll say this. He wasn't a Stanford professor.
Okay.
I got an email the other day. Can I read you guys this email?
Please.
Yes.
You know, we have a viral newsletter called Washed Weekly. I wrote a column one time. I think it was my most well-received column on Washed Weekly. That was essentially me giving my resume to start going on golf trips with some absolute boys out there. They're not my absolute boys, but maybe they will be if I ever do a golf trip with them. I had a lot of people reach out after. A lot of golf trips that I couldn't make. Maybe some of the courses that were offered were just courses that weren't on my bucket list, so I didn't know if I wanted to make it happen. But I got this one, and I was like, man, he's making a compelling case here. Do you mind if I just read the email? I haven't responded to this guy yet, so this is my formal response, and I will respond to him with the episode after. So I'm going to shorten his name and just say that his name is Sam.
Okay.
Okay? Will, I've heard your pleas. I share your plight. I hereby invite you to join some great men, perhaps 8 in total, on a buddy's golf trip. Our group has devised a golf trip to be located in the great state of Michigan, where I'm famously from.
Yes, you are.
Traverse City, to be specific, about an hour and a half from my hometown. He said, and have convinced our wives and significant others to set us loose at the end of May to descend upon the golf courses of Arcadia. We have dubbed this annual tournament the Family Reunion, and I've been requested to extend this invitation to you. As a Michigan man, we would be honored with your presence. As I'm the only consumer of the Wash Media brand in your group, I think it would be particularly hilarious for you to attend and really think that you would get along well. The group consists of college buddies from the University of South Carolina. I would have to show up in a Cox hat, right? And a couple siblings and friends added to the group as adults. The group consists of early 30s mid-handicappers, right up my alley, and want to go on who just want to go on a buddies trip together, enjoy some great courses, and create some fun competition. Happy to provide socials upon requests. Do I need to request this dude's socials and see if we have some ball players?
Make sure they're not total boners. Yeah.
This is my favorite offer for numerous reasons. One, I feel like it's genuine. Two, it's in an area of the country that I'm very familiar with and also love being in. There's no downside there. He also notes that he's an attorney.
Oh,
So we got some responsibility in the mix. I don't know. If I've learned anything from going on trips with Dave, the attorneys might be the most wild ass ones.
hey man, he might be. He might have to pop his lappy open at the bar or something. He's got to sneak some billables in.
Can you just do that on the course, dude? I sat next to this girl at dinner in New York, and our reservation was at 9, and her reservation had to have been around 9:30. We left the restaurant at 11, and she had her work phone open, her personal phone face down on the table, and her laptop wide open, just sitting with her friend at the table. And I'm like, it's 11 p.m. on a Friday night. What the fuck are you doing right now?
Jesus.
Like, stop. You're making everyone's the menu even said no flash photography on it. And I'm like, instead of no flash photography, can I say no full brightness laptops open in the booth next to me?
It's at an actual restaurant.
Yeah.
That's
A very nice restaurant. And she's on the same booth side as Sally, like to the point where like they're both kind of sitting away from each other because it's so close quarters. New York, baby. We're all family there. But it's just like, what are you doing?
That's a no.
Do I need to take this guy up? It's in May, which is it's a palatable amount of time to gear up for something like this.
Yeah. Yeah. Downside is what? You don't have that as much fun. I mean,
Bunch of dorks.
and you're just like,
Here's the downside. I've played Arcadia Bluffs before. That course eats my lunch. The misses on that course that I have, or the opportunities to miss on that course for my normal misses, it just makes it an ugly day out there for me.
parlay this into a trip to see your folks too.
It's true. True.
And
My folks don't want to see me anymore. They want to see my kids. They're going to be like, where are the kids? Ooh, maybe I fly to Harbor and drive down myself and leave
That's
the
the
kids,
move.
leave the boys, give Sally a little weekend.
Yeah, there's
And
no
if the guys,
downside here.
if you're not having fun, the guys kind of stink a little bit. You can always be like, guys, I'm gonna just go hang out with family. Sorry, just dip a little
Well, now
early.
they know you're going to do that.
Yeah. They're going to be like, wait, what?
How many rounds are they playing?
I don't know. I mean, there's 2 courses
Do
that are
it.
there right now. And then I think they're building a 12-hole course. I have takes
Oh,
on
yeah,
that,
we
but I
talked about
don't know
this.
if the takes are good or not, but I think it's weird as fuck to just do a 12-hole course.
Well, I think this is in play.
I have a golf trip next weekend with some loots that I'm very excited for because I've been thirsting to go on a golf trip for like over a year now. It's been forever since I've gotten to do anything like this. I'm just like so horned up for it. This is going to be the one trip where I come back with hats for the boys. If you guys are willing, raise your hand if you're willing to wear a hat from a golf course you haven't played before. Okay.
Of course.
Okay. I've done some preemptive logo research, and I think we're in a good spot.
You've played this
One Tree
course
Hill?
before.
No, I've never played.
Oh.
I've never been to South Carolina. I mean, I've never spent any time in South Carolina. So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
or except I went to Charleston once for
Okay,
a wedding.
Okay.
So yeah, dude, I think me and Sam might be absolutes by the end of this whole ordeal.
Go. You should do it.
Do I get a Cox hat? Should I get like a? Ooh,
Yeah.
I get a rowback using code WASH20. Is that it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a rowback with just some Cox stuff on it and just sneakily put that in there.
Get the old school university bar hat that just says Cox.
How do you feel about this, Dave?
Oh,
Highlighting
Banter.
something in his signature.
Good for you.
But look how fucking this guy must be frat. Based on-
If he's frat, that changes things.
Zoom in on his pic.
oh, he sent a PDF. How am I just now
You
seeing the
didn't see-
PDF?
Oh my god.
Oh, he's okay. He sent a PDF,
Yeah,
a full
yeah,
PDF
yeah,
presentation
yeah.
on this. Oh yeah, it's
Okay.
happening. Okay, 2-team Ryder Cup format, handicap adjusted, 3 rounds, all match play, scramble, 4-ball, and then singles at the end. Oh, dude, he is making. Okay, yeah,
You
this
gotta
is
go.
happening.
You got to
this
go.
looks great.
Total cost per person for housing $340. Yeah, like I'm in.
Hey, if anybody backs out and you need somebody, now that we are introducing PDFs, I thought the West Texas Invitational was the only one that did PDFs and PowerPoints.
See,
but
David, he has a cost breakdown that's for both 8 members and 12. Maybe we just get all the loots up there.
that looks. You should seriously consider this.
I will be out Friday afternoon, boys. I'm going to play a little. Playing with our accountant. Is that what he is?
Oh yeah, that's this week.
I almost
Our
said,
accountant,
I almost said
sometimes
attorney.
friend.
Yeah. I text with him more, but I mean, yeah. I was just excited to get a nod there.
You're gonna have fun at that.
I can't wait. I can't wait till I'm like 45 and I get my first ever out of town member guest invite from somebody. That's when you know that you're just with a power player.
You gotta get that handicap down to 8.
No, I need to get it up a little bit, dude. I guarantee the next time I play, I will not play like a 10.5.
Are you 10-5?
I'm a 13 right now in my bones.
Ooh, it's not a good place to be, man.
No, dude. Let's hear from our friends over at Squarespace. Today's episode, yeah, you guessed it right. It's brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting out or if you're managing a growing brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell anything from products to content to time, all in one place, all on your terms. Dylan, name a business that you might start online. It can be anything, not even start online. Just name like a business, and I can give you a use case for doing this.
Ooh, I'm gonna start making custom baseball bats.
Okay, that works. Okay, Dylan's gonna get a
idea.
bat factory. Here's what you're gonna do, Dylan.
Okay.
You're gonna start your website. You're gonna open up the template, and because you're just starting your business out, we're gonna put up a little starter page for you where you can collect people's emails. Word of mouth. You can spread it.
Yep.
Spread the word about it. Everyone's gonna sign up with their emails. You can email people directly from there when your site launches. You can make the emails within Squarespace, so you don't have to sign up for some third-party expensive thing. Maybe one named after, I don't know, a primate species.
And you're saying even I can figure this out?
Even you can figure this out. I figured it out at a young age. I was 25 with no coding experience. I knew how to do everything. From there, Dylan, you can put up videos on the website to show people about your factory that's making the bats, or if you're hand whittling them, maybe you can do that.
I'm doing these by hand.
You can integrate your Instagram page so it just looks like you have photos up there, but they still do hosting for beautiful photography on there.
Are you hand whittling?
You whittling?
I'm gonna have different wood options you can choose.
Ooh, yeah.
Yep, you can do different variants. You can do
And
different variants for each product.
Different color schemes of the bats. You can pick your colors.
When you start uploading all the products, it's so easy to manipulate the page to make it just a beautiful merchandising situation for you.
I'm gonna put the lacquer on there and everything. And
Like, you don't know graphic design. This is not a slight to you, but you're not a graphic designer. You can even
that's
make
just
a
true.
logo for your bat company on Squarespace.
Yeah, that sounds great.
There are a million different use cases for this. I've been using it for about 12 years now. So head over to squarespace.com for a free trial. When you're ready to launch, use squarespace.com/steam to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Just go make it happen. I love Squarespace. You'll love it even more. I have a huge grammatical error in this.
Oh man.
Okay, I've been having a rough time lately with
I saw that earlier.
I've been having a rough time lately on planes, mainly because my rapport, my vibe with flight attendants has just been off. This has nothing to do with the flight attendant. If anything, I think our flight attendants on our Delta flight were incredible. So we're sitting there. I'm in the window seat. Sally is in the middle seat. And we have a nice older lady sitting next to us.
Okay.
Across the aisleway, we have a seemingly way too happy dude, considering how early our flight was. Dude just had a palpable happiness to him,
Cocaine.
Probably had Bing. I was gonna say Bing Bong.
Yeah.
In front of us, we had a couple. And just from the immediate eye test of the dude in the couple, I was just like, this couple sucks.
What?
Sometimes a couple just sucks.
I could just tell this guy sucks.
We had one of those on the way back from wherever we flew recently. There's that guy and never mind. I don't want to go ahead.
So
They suck sometimes.
And then the girl is on the flight, and she is got her hood up, headphones on. I think she had a big night the night before. Not gonna shame her for that.
Goblin mode?
She was as close to goblin mode as you can be if she wasn't in goblin mode. I think for flight purposes, this was about as goblin as you can get.
Okay.
She had also brought on board her McDonald's iced coffee. In the middle of the flight, we hit a little turbulence. Her iced coffee goes flying off her table where she's watching her iPad, and it spills directly into the middle of the aisle of the entire plane.
Ugh.
She leans over, picks up the cup, puts it back, and just goes back to watching her thing. Everyone's just like, what?
How full was this coffee?
Completely full. She had not taken a sip of it.
Oh wow.
It's all over the aisle. The palpable happy guy next to us looks at her, and I'm so glad he did this, but he just goes, "Are you not going to do anything about this?" You can see the coffee sliding down the aisle.
Oh no. You've got a river of coffee.
Yeah. And
He
so
said. I
he
don't know
said
about
something to her, and she just looks at him and then turns back around and just starts watching her iPad even more. And so we're like, what? And meanwhile, I'm worried her husband, boyfriend, fiance, whoever the guy is in front of the guy who called her out. I was worried this guy was going to throw hands or something.
Bare minimum, you just ring the bell. I'm like, look, I got a situation.
Bare
here.
minimum.
I'm really sorry.
Bare minimum.
You probably don't have any paper towels at your disposal. So that's first thing you hit the light.
Yeah.
And because that's the move. Or you get up and you walk down and say, hey, I had a spill.
Yeah.
I made messy with
Happens
my
It's
all
coffee.
the
not just
time.
about the spill. It's about the respect for the people around you. Like our bags are on the floor of this
Ooh,
flight.
Great point.
Is there ice too? Like ice everywhere also?
No,
Or
the
just-
ice had since melted.
Okay.
So like I think she was just betting on this soaking into the carpet and not having to think about it for the rest of the flight.
Weird.
The nice guy gets up from his seat and goes to the back, talks to a flight attendant, and they come and clean it up for it. The girl doesn't move the entire time. And I'm like, this is the most trash move I've ever seen on an airplane before.
Oh my God.
Just does nothing to remedy the situation. I was glad that I was in the window seat and not toward the aisle, because if my bag was in the position of Sally or the woman next to us, I would have been like,
that coffee
clean,
probably
stand
got on,
up, clean this shit up.
It probably got on so many people's shit, bags and everything.
I was worried we were
Shoes.
going to get in a situation where something was going to escalate because the guy was so adamant that she do something about it that her husband was going to overdo it on the response to that, and then suddenly our plane's turning around and going back to New York because we have to arrest someone or something. It was just like, oh my God, what
Oh.
are we doing
Can I
here?
just say something?
That's loco.
Look,
When it
had
got
I
down
been
like
on
that?
had I been in on that plane, had I been there, it would have gone down differently.
Facts, facts.
I would have been down there with my mouth open, just not wasting the coffee.
Yeah, I would have been absolutely slurping that. I would have looked like Barry Keoghan in
You
Saltburn.
You got your straw and you
That's
drank
just-
it up.
Mm-hmm.
That's disgusting.
What? You don't want me lapping up the coffee? Dude, my Saltburn vinyl's coming soon, Dylan. Do you want to come over and spin it with me?
The one that has semen inside of it?
Yeah.
Well,
I
you
can't
would've
believe
been
that's a real thing.
I bought it with retail therapy money because I was like, this is perfect.
You would have been like Rob in the bathroom at the Christmas party season 1 after he hung out with Yaz.
I wish I would have been like the guy that Yaz was with on the private plane home from the work trip that they took in season 3.
Oh,
Naughty girl.
Mm.
Naughty girl. I think so. Yeah. After the other person in my life who's not named David Ruff, who I recommend things to, that doesn't listen to me, is my wife Sally. And it took one recommendation from her college friend in New York to now hop on the industry train. I was like, Sally, I have been watching this in front of you in our bedroom for years now, and you are
That's so
now
frustrating.
taking her recommendation. Like, come on.
I gotta say, Will, you've been on point all these years with your recommendations. Like you recommended Game of Thrones.
No, I recommended to not watch Game of Thrones because I knew the last season would be underwhelming.
Succession.
Dude,
like,
nobody
no
was
one
watching
talking about
Succession,
that
dude.
show till
Nobody watched that.
Shogun. That
That's
you definitely
me. I'm a
watched
ball
all.
knower.
You just, dude, you
Dude,
like
when I said
batting
watch
1,000.
Shogun, everyone's like, "Yeah, dude, we'll totally watch that entire season and didn't stop 4 episodes in."
It's like Otani with runners on base. Like Will's fucking he's putting them home.
I regret showing you the Snake Eyes trailer starring Nick Cage because I think that might have put you further away from watching Snake Eyes.
No, dude, damn it. I would have downloaded that for the plane. I am 4 deep in Penguin right now.
Oh, dude, I was desperate on the plane yesterday, Dylan, to watch something, and I had a bunch of my stuff had expired that I had downloaded, and one of the only things that hadn't
Hate that.
expired was Penguin. But I was like, I have to watch the movie before I watch Penguin.
You don't have to.
No, but
Really?
I will.
Well, you
I'm the
don't,
type of
but
person.
you should.
I'm the type of person that will be sitting there the entire time, being like, "Wait, was that little nuance right there?" Even if it's like not, I will just always wonder if I'm missing something because
Okay.
of it.
In that case, then you should definitely finish Harry Potter movie 4.
Okay, no, I'm gonna skip that one. I'm
Okay.
I'm gonna skip 5 and 6 too. I might just go to the last one and
Okay.
just vibe on 7 part 1 and 2.
Dave, can I get a 10-second review of what you've seen of the Penguins so far?
You could have more than 10 seconds if you
I
want.
really
David.
like the Penguin. I like him. I like his scenes with his driver. I'm going to be intentionally vague.
He plays golf.
His scenes with his driver are probably the highest. The looming antagonist. Don't know if I need. I'm just not sure. It's not the storyline into how that person got to where she's at. It doesn't make a ton of sense. Like no one would handle things that way from like a family perspective. And then also like episode 4, I feel like was really, really gassed up. Pun not intended. It was fine, but I'm sticking with it. It's been good. It's not great, but I'm very excited to see where they're going to go with the Penguin and his little protege.
Haven't watched.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take it.
How many have there been? 5?
5.
Okay, I'll watch 5 tonight probably.
Unless they're the one was released over the weekend that I haven't not
Okay.
noticed yet.
I'll dive in. It's slated. We've started that Adam Brody, Kristen Bell show, and I just straight up don't like it.
Oh, with Justine Lupe or Lupe?
Oh yeah, Alyssa saw her, right?
Yeah, Alyssa saw Justine Lupe in the elevator and
Getting
said
a-
she was really nice.
Getting a Succession sighting in New York would be really fun.
She's one that if I made eye contact with her,
Mhm.
I would be not starstruck, but I would be like, because I find she's very attractive.
Yeah, she's great.
And like
She's
also-
great in the show. Like she's actually the character that I like most in the show that I just talked about. I
She-
forget what it's called.
She's she's like a perfect level of famous too.
Yeah.
To where it's not unapproachable, but it's like, oh,
The perfect level of fame
You were also
for
in
someone like
Succession.
her is that you know the face, but you don't know the name immediately.
yeah. I would not. When she told me, she texted me so excited, like, oh my God, I just had a conversation with Justine Lupe and told her like I love the new show, blah, blah, blah. And she was so nice. She had her baby. And I was like, that's great. Why you told me that? Don't know who it is.
I don't want Alyssa to know that I don't love the new show because she's the one who sold me on watching it. I'm gonna watch more episodes of it. I
I'm gonna
liked
watch some-
how it ended. I just didn't like how it began. When I realized it was a show where the two main characters were doing podcast stuff, I was like, oh, okay. I'm gonna immediately have my,
I mean, you're in the biz, bro.
yeah, dude. It's like when like my finance buddies watch industry. They're like, it's not like that. Dude, it's just not like
I
that.
would love to hear somebody with that take.
I'm gonna contact my most industry coded friend and be like, give me your takes on this show. I know you've watched it.
When we were waiting at the burger place for our table, a dude walked by us. He looked like he was like 24. He had a UBS vest on,
Yes. Did you see the
slick back hair.
Did he have the UBS duffel bag as well?
Yeah.
Yep.
And like the way he walked by, I was like, all right, now all the finance, they're just leaning into the bit.
There were so many dudes in New York wearing the finance bro uniform. Yeah. Like it's crazy to me how many dudes were rocking that when it's such a joke.
Yeah. Saw a lot of them too.
Saw a lot of dudes in like skinny tech material pants, Allbirds, and no socks. I was like, you guys got to put some socks on.
Maybe they had no shows on. Well,
Yeah, but I mean, come on, dude.
It's too much
it's
ankle.
late October in New York. Showing ankle at this
That's a good
point
point.
is
When
that's ugly.
they live for that shit.
Yeah.
They live for throwing that top coat on.
I
That
kinda
big
wa-
old heavy coat.
I kind of want an
blazer.
investment bank duffel bag now with the
It is-
logo
they-
on
they
it.
do
Like, that's
look
kind of a
sick.
dope flex.
It does look
It's like,
sick.
yeah, no, I just got done at the Knox. Equinox.
the knock.
Per
The
Brett.
Knox.
That's what Brett used to call it. Could we talk Dwyane Wade real quick? What do y'all do if you show up to your statue ceremony and this is what you look like?
Randy, you got to pick.
Why is it that when one of these is unveiled,
His jawline's not that big.
it's almost always just a total joke, and because it looks nothing like the person? Like, how is it? Why is it so difficult to get the face right?
But do we not see the ones that are like perfectly done
Maybe.
because they don't go viral?
Maybe. Yeah, if this looked just like him, and we have known
But
about
if you're
it, I
such a
don't know.
legend at any organization at all, enough to get a statue, and then they get it so wrong, it's just like, what?
Dude.
Why?
Nothing beats the Ronaldo one.
The Ronaldo one is so weird because they were just like, what if we made the facial features on him super tiny?
Yeah, it made him look. This doesn't look like a goofy person like that one does.
It just looks like a
doesn't.
different human.
Yeah, looks like a 90-year-old somebody else.
I've been trying to figure out which NBA player it could possibly look like. Like, could they just repurpose this and repaint the jersey and put up like a statue somewhere else?
It looks like someone just writhing in pain almost.
I have regrets regarding this because after doing something with the Detroit Lions, I think that somebody thought that maybe the Sunday Scaries account like dealt with sports more than it does, but they didn't realize that doing something with the Lions was simply a passion project for me. And they reached out and asked if I was willing to do a collab post about the unveiling of this because it was unveiled on a Sunday. And now I'm like, wait, this would have been hilarious because it's gone so viral now that
Yes.
like it would have been just funny.
You know when like a guy gets injured, he's rolling around screaming and like the training staff gets out and like he's pointing to like his legs, like his nose is like foot sideways or something. That's what this looks like.
Yo, my boy's down.
They're running over, they're like, oh,
Yeah.
and he's just like,
He's just pointing it to his feet.
yeah. It's like something bad happened down there. I don't want to look.
Is this from an iconic image that I don't know about? Does he actually do this move? You should have done the lob to LeBron.
Yeah. Have you seen the Photoshop of
Yes.
Yes.
That really makes you realize how little it looks like him.
people
Those-
think that they can live without Twitter, but it's like, what are you gonna do next time a bad statue drops?
Right.
Like, where are you gonna go?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe they're getting them hilariously wrong on purpose because it creates so much publicity for it. I don't know.
Their life's work.
Yes.
They're going to give any of the other big three a statue? I know Dwyane Wade's more Miami Heat than anybody, but
Oh my God, a Bosch statue. I really need to see what that's
it'd be
gonna
funny
look
if it was
like.
just straight up Raptor.
Who gets the LeBron statue? Is it Cleveland?
Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland. Honestly,
The
he
Heat
might have a
should give him
statue
one.
in like each town.
Yeah.
The Heat
true.
should give him one.
Yeah, they should.
Lakers, maybe not.
They
They're going to
want
do like
one?
a Bronny statue. It's more of an inspiration piece than a tribute.
Just like what could be
Yeah. The ultimate Nepo baby.
the Bronny statue.
Did the Lakers win in the bubble year?
They
Yeah.
won the in-season tournament.
They did win in the bubble year, and they did. Yes,
Yeah.
Randy.
Oh, they did? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I didn't realize they did that.
Well, people forgot because it was.
That's a forgettable
Bubble year,
season.
yeah.
yeah, the Pistons are trash.
it's like DJ winning the Masters at the in COVID in the fall.
Here's the condition.
Thank you for bringing up the Ronaldo statue. I
Dude,
know
that's-
Ronaldo does have some weird like intricacies to his face, but not weird enough to make him look like
His
this.
head is so big and his face is so small.
They need to shave down the sides of his head. Like his head is not that
Yeah.
round.
That's Kristaps Porzingis.
right?
It's
That's
so
real
funny.
bad.
It's so bad.
I got that kind of like side smirk thing down, but it's just
Or just find like a different a time when his face is a little bit easier to sculpt. Like, don't do this. Is not an iconic photo of Ronaldo, is it? Like,
No.
is he doing something cool at some like award ceremony? Find a
No.
different time.
If I have a palpable buzz about me today, it's because I get to live on Twitter during favorite soccer club manager firing day, or sacking as they call it. Dave, he got sacked.
I knew that. I
Who
woke
got
up this
sacked?
morning thinking someone's
Man,
getting
Man United
sacked.
sacked their
Oh, that's
manager this
right.
morning, and it's for me as a soccer fan. It's the best day when a major manager gets sacked. It's like the most exciting day on Twitter because everyone's just dunking. There's theories getting thrown out about who the new manager is going to be. It's
What's
just the
his
most
name?
fun time. Eric Ten Hag. Some call him a bald fraud.
They used to call me Tin Hog.
He was leaving. I think he was leaving some area today that's connected with the team, and he tried to hide behind the seat of the car so you couldn't see him. And now there's just a bunch of photos of his when I say he's bald, like he's shaved his everything. It's cue ball. You just see like the tip of his bald head sticking out from behind the seat, and everyone's like, "Dude, this is worse than just getting your photo taken." Unless he's crying, then it would be worse.
yeah. Don't hide.
No,
That's not a good look.
no. All right, final thing. I just want to see a photo of it because I think I'm going to get one of these at some point. If Jimmy John's ever decides to deliver in my delivery area,
They won't.
they won't.
You have to buy your own franchise.
There's one like 3 minutes away from my place, but they won't deliver for free. I know I should just go get it, but I have kids at home, so sometimes I need things delivered. Randy, can you pull up a picture of the Picklewich, please?
Oh, okay.
This isn't a
Okay,
gag?
Hold on.
It might.
I used to work at that Jimmy John's. It's not 3 minutes away from
3
your
minutes away.
place. It's
I know
not 3
maps.
minutes from
Noted
your
map
place.
knower, Will DeFreeze.
Randy, did you ride a bike around New York at all?
No. The Bruno bike, I tried to, but they won't let me.
It's stationary.
They were sold out.
Yeah. Jimmy John's Picklewich.
Yeah, I put a link in the rundown.
You
freak.
Pickle.
Come on,
also.
Randy.
You absolute freak.
week. Don't say that.
No, I can't do that.
I was
There's a
not-
problem. I had to
I
like
didn't know we were gonna
delete
do-
the
okay,
episode
there
and
it is.
re-upload
There
it.
it is.
Oh,
Y'all trying this or nah?
what's on it? Oh,
That's
it's-
I think I read something that said. Hold on, let me pull up the actual thing. I had better information than what I'm giving you right now. I'm sorry.
to quote
I
the
need-
great
I need to
the
click this
great
one.
Instagram account Chef Reactions. I'd try it.
That's right.
His admissions of what he would try, even when it's a terrible recipe, it makes me happy that he's upfront enough about it.
Look,
0
I mean,
out of 10. I tried.
Okay, this
it's
says
trash, but yeah.
this says you asked, Jimmy answered. Starting 10/28, you can order a Vito or turkey Picklewich at participating locations for a limited time while supplies last. I think I would try this. Randy, I don't know if you can speak to this. Jimmy John's has some goated pickle
They do.
situations
They
going
do.
on.
They're very good.
I don't know where they get them from. If there's a way I could just buy a barrel and keep it in my like garage, like their pickles are so good that I usually get a full pickle when I order a sandwich from them anyway. And now that I can, I would eat this, but I would only eat it with a fork and knife, which might make it just a little dumb.
I like the idea that Will would have a barrel of pickles in his garage.
Dude, I've said it
He's
before
a
and I'll
big
say it
pickle
again.
guy.
If during my final meal, I don't know what the entree is going to be during my final meal when I'm on death row, but I would like a giant jar of pickles so that if I need to max out on pickles, I will.
Can you get these scooped as well? Like you can the bread buns?
I've wondered that because
I doubt
We're not
it.
scooping your pickle.
like yeah, is it a beta move if I scoop my pickle sandwich?
I don't know, but that's the thing. My least favorite thing about Jimmy John's is the bread. It's just not. It's not good bread.
I'm telling you.
Dude, hand up, I hollow out the bread at Jimmy John's. I get it scooped out.
It makes it so much better.
It does. It makes it a better
so much better.
sandwich.
This would be good for 2 bites. And then you'd be like, ah, man, there's a lot left. And then maybe
Yeah.
you just kind of eat the middle part by
Yeah,
itself. I think this would get old.
it's a no carb play, which I appreciate.
Apparently, the no carb stuff at Taco Bell was like selling out every morning because it was so popular.
What is it? They replace the tortilla with like an egg or something?
Yeah.
Is that how they do it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently,
try
like keto people were going, and that was right during like keto's peak
Is
popularity.
it still around? Can you still do it?
I don't know if you can still do it.
Huh. Okay.
I have a friend who used to work for the Taco Bell marketing team, so she would get tipped off to like things that were coming out. So she heard about the Doritos Locos early.
Oh shit.
Oh, dude. Apparently the girls' group chat was buzzing.
I will say, in regards to this photo, I think it's misleading because the pickles are not that big. I mean, they're big pickles.
They're
but
big
like,
pickles, yeah.
You're not getting a full sandwich, which what that makes it.
That's
look
true.
Like.
Maybe they found.
See, this is the insider knowledge that I needed from Randy.
Maybe they found a new pickle plug and they found some big boys.
Maybe I don't know. Yeah, that could have been the Ren Fair. They have huge pickles. Will.
Really?
You would love them. Oh, and they're delicious.
Like there's a brotherhood out there for people who love pickles. Like whenever I see something pickle driven, I have like 3 different people that I send it to immediately. One of which is Landry. Landry's a
pickle
certified
boy.
pickle head.
They were calling him Byron Picklewich.
We bought some pickle flavored hummus the other day.
Oh,
It's a good mix in.
That's a great Super Bowl snack.
I don't know if I need no.
Good call, Dave.
Actually, Dave, I think you're right here though,
It
because
kinda
I
is.
don't want the whole container anymore. I've had enough of it that I'm like over it. But I would love if it was on a hummus tray at a Super Bowl party.
It sounds good.
I got an ad yesterday on my Delta TV screen about some chicken wings. And it was about 9 in the morning, and I looked at Sally. I texted her actually because she was sleeping, and I just texted her and I said, "Some boneless wings sound great tonight." Did not do that. I played my ZA card.
You know, I also in New York, in addition to having the best slice of pizza, I had the worst meal I've ordered, paid U.S. money for at the beer garden. There was a pop up there, and you had to order an app. Ordered these Asian chicken wings. So excited about them. They came.
Oh,
hot.
I know that if Dave can get some Asian chicken wings in his life, he's going to do it.
Alyssa had 2 bites and pushed it away from her. She
They
just
were
couldn't- she couldn't do it.
the way there was so much dry seasoning. They were revolting. They're inedible. I was like, dude, I'll eat fucking anything. I love these could be like I will eat this if it's just edible.
That
and it
bad,
wasn't.
huh?
Threw them away.
They're hollowing out the pickles.
okay, yeah. But based on
That's the
these
move.
photos, that I guess they do hollow them out a little bit.
See that I like
You
that
have
view
to, I
better.
think.
I like
That this view is actually like tempting.
dude. That
What
actually.
about this?
The
right
fact that
on?
they're doing a veto on this
All right.
too, veto for me is easily my favorite Jimmy John's. I want Jimmy John's so bad. I've been a Jersey Mike's stan for a while now. I'm officially back in on Jimmy John's.
Hey, if you buy, I'll fly today for lunch.
What?
If you buy, I'll fly.
Really?
I kind of want to try one of these.
I might take you up on that because
Yeah.
I got shit to do.
Only participating locations. Make sure it's there.
No, but I don't know if I want the Picklewich today. I think I just want a normal veto, just absolutely souped up.
Could do a number 9 Italian nightclub.
The last time I got what's it called? Jersey Mike's and got it Mike's way. It was the most sopping wet, disgusting sandwich I've ever had. I pushed it away like Alyssa with some Asian wings. See, I feel like based on how you're describing the wings,
money those were.
I feel like I would have eaten them because there's like a weird part of me that might have liked them, but I would have pretended like I didn't like it just because y'all hated it so much.
I am not kidding. Like everybody who was looking at them, I offered them. I was like, please, y'all eat these. No one wanted them. And had I continued eating them, it might have ruined my day.
No pics?
They suck, dude. And I had to download an app to order them because it was so painfully New York. Like, and it was a pop up. It was weird.
I could see Dylan lettuce wrapping his In and Out.
Don't do that.
I did that recently.
Dude, it
actually.
sucks though.
It does. No, it does. I let us rep at Pete Terry's too. I'm sad
What?
to admit. I
What?
know,
They
I
got
know.
decent buns?
It's not.
He's
I-
trying to not have carbs.
Yeah, it's a carb thing, man.
Is this why you have a 6-pack and I don't?
No, it's not good. It's not
Your
good.
6-pack? I would love to watch you do a shirtless pants beer with that 6-pack.
Did anybody in this room have anything other than Guinness at the meetup?
I had one Heineken.
did.
Oh,
Shout
I
out
had-
to Grateful
Me
Dead
too.
backer Jake. Phil Lesh was a big Heineken fan, so he rolled up and gave me one single Heineken.
I didn't meet him. He was gone quick.
He was going quick. There was a Daniel Donato show that I actually had some friends from Harbor Springs go to, and I was like, damn it, had I known y'all were going, I might have tried to go with you guys. But he wanted to go there, so he had to make a quick appearance.
Yeah, I was mixing it around too much probably. I had like some of those neutrals, had a tequila soda. I had like maybe two, maybe 3 shots.
Really?
Not
You
on the
seemed fine
company.
on the plane next to me.
God.
You didn't get you.
Falling asleep before the plane takes off is an elite move.
What time did you go to bed Saturday night?
He didn't, dog.
Yeah.
Like after
Why don't you get you a booze drink?
after
Hoss?
1 a.m.?
Yeah, why didn't you get a drink on the
Yeah,
plane?
it's definitely after 1.
You didn't want a booze drink, Hoss?
I was no, I did not need that. I would have. We were talking about getting a vodka neat. It would have been terrible.
No one was actually talking
No,
about that.
maybe. No, I can't drink.
I just want to see if you wanted a booze drink, Hoss.
No, I did not. He kept on saying that to me. He's like, "How about you get you a gin and tonic?"
I was
Hoss?"
so close to getting a
I can
spicy Bloody Mary next to Joe Montana, and I wimped out.
Get you one, Hoss.
Do you want to play the video?
Not really.
You look
I do
no,
not.
you look good in it, dude.
Play the video for him, please, Randy.
You could just. I don't. Fine. How bad is it?
It's not bad.
It's a good
actually
video.
Really good.
It's a good video. There's nothing bad about it. It's just seeing Randy so down bad. I was glad you would have made me feel worse about how I felt. So I'm glad that I wasn't on y'all's flight.
Did you send it?
That Delta
Oh,
flight.
there it is. Oh.
I was feeling
just the image of this.
No,
Oh,
you just
terrible.
play it. You look good, dude.
Oh my god.
Oh yes, I love this.
Oh, this isn't me falling asleep.
Did he call you Hoss in this video?
Is there audio?
Oh, is there audio?
You're talking.
Do you have me turned up?
Turn me up. Yeah, I do. It's not working.
You don't look your
It
best.
took me one look at the thumbnail to just know that Randy was in absolute hell. Did you sleep the entire flight?
I was in and out.
You watch some anime.
I watched some Arcane on Netflix. It's probably one of my favorite shows. Only one season. Season 2 is coming out. I was rewatching it. It's one show. It's like I actually want to rewatch before I.
A hungover rewatch on a plane is never a bad move.
Yeah.
If you're that hungover, it's like, no, I need something I don't need to pay attention to.
I usually just do a long YouTube recap. I'm like, no, I want to rewatch this show. I highly.
I was
recommend
watching
it.
the Penguin. I'm trying to work on my Colin Farrell Penguin.
You're getting there.
More on that later. You were good, Randy, and neither of us had to pee on a 4-hour flight, 3.5 hour.
That's true.
That's the dehydration talking.
Yeah.
That's the meetup from the night before. Yeah. If I'm sitting window seat, just know I'm not going to make you get up,
We'll just say that
especially if I'm sloshing through coffee.
the bathroom break right before the flight.
Okay, and that's
All right,
today's
bye-bye.
episode, everybody.
Bye.
You got to stick up for yourself, kid.